Very good morning, dear children. Dear children, we are on the third chapter of economics and we are stepping towards the next topic of the chapter, which is poverty as seen by social scientists. So, children, who are the social scientists? Scientists, you all know. So, who will be a social scientist? A one who's working on social factors, who's checking out the social factors, who's studying about the social factors, who's studying about the society, you can say. Fine. So, this poverty, as we have seen earlier in the previous module, also that it has so many faces. So, the social scientists they are looking at with the help of different indicators. So, the first and the very important indicator is the level of income and consumption. Now, children, they are totally connected to each other. If the level of income will be more, the consumption will be more. If the level of income is less, the person will not be able to get even the basic requirement. Fine. Now, poverty, it has different social indicators also, like we can check poverty by the illiteracy level. Fine. The one who's illiterate, we can call him that he might be under poverty, that's the reason. Now, lack of general resistance due to malnutrition. Now, there are people they don't have any resistance due to malnutrition because they are not healthy enough. Fine, so they are not able to resist few diseases. Even the simple diseases they cannot resist. Lack of access to health care. Now they will not be getting any health care. Lack of job opportunities. Obviously they are not going to get any opportunity for the job as they are illiterate. So see, exceptions are always there, but if we look at it, always it will happen. Lack of access to safe drinking water. Now safe drinking water will not be available because they will be living in a slum area. So these basic facilities will not be given there, like drinking water, sanitation. Now we will analyze the poverty on the basis of two concepts. The first is social exclusion and the second is vulnerability. They have become very common now, which is leading to poverty. Fine. So the first one is social exclusion. Now what does social exclusion means we are throwing them out from a particular society. Fine. So see, here what we are doing, people they have to live in a particular condition, particular surrounding. Like if a person, have you ever seen a jhuggi jhompdi in a in a very posh area? Never ever. Always the slum areas will be separated, and the posh areas will be separated. So because of this social exclusion, because we exclude them from the society, that you cannot live here, you have to live somewhere else. So this also leads to poverty. Fine. The surroundings, fine, they are excluded from enjoying social equality. Now this is a cause as well as a consequence of poverty. How can you say that? Because see, it's a cause for poverty, means it can happen that a person is living in a poor society. By living in such people, might be he becomes literate or he gets some job opportunity. So it's a cause also and consequence of poverty also. And because the person is socially excluded, so the consequence is he has poverty. Now it led to poverty. Caste system is also an example of social exclusion. As you have seen before in social sciences, that caste system was prevalent. So the people who belong to lower caste, they were sent to, I mean, they had to live in a separate area. Fine. So the next thing is vulnerability. Vulnerability means When a section is more prone to specific problem, that is known as vulnerable. So now sometimes some sections they are more prone to this problem, any problem. So if you say a widow means whose husband is no more, that lady is more prone to poverty because she has to work very hard. So who's going to help her out? So these are the problems. Physically handicapped person is also more vulnerable to poverty. So, vulnerability is determined by different options which are available to different communities for finding an alternative living in terms of asset. Now, they will not be getting education, they will not be getting health, job opportunities. Now, it can also be analyzed on the basis of greater risk. These groups, these particular groups, they will face greater risk at the time of natural disaster like earthquake, tsunami, terrorism. Now if you just take a present situation, the corona situation, pandemic situation, which group has is affected the most? Obviously the poor people, the one who was under poverty. Now additional analysis, if we say about the social and economic ability, so these people are more at risk. So vulnerability, it is described, it is a greater probability of being more adversely affected than other people when bad time comes for everybody. So these are the people who are going to be worst affected, whether it's a time of earthquake or anything else. So they are going to suffer the most. Okay, so this was all about today's topic. Thank you and have a nice day.